So in the past, we had Allen and Heath that we reviewed, the 6FX that produced a massive noise in terms of, you know, when you say something, it becomes a big noise in the background. And to be honest, I had high expectations on that mixer, but my old Pile Pro definitely beat that mixer. So today we're gonna try to see if we can get into that middle ground of achieving that goal. We got the Harbinger LVL LV12 series. So this is a 12 channel mixer with Bluetooth capacity. In other words, this is much more recent than the Allen and Heath that we have, and let's unbox it. So what we got here, straight up power cable, power brick. Looks like we got a non-locking on this thing. You just plug it in like an XLR cable. Okay, I have no desire of reading that. Since it's a mixer, it's a direct approach mixer, man. I can tell that this is plastic made. There's gotta be, yeah, this is plastic made, no doubt about it. No metal. But what I like about this, you still got the on and off button. I really like that. Bluetooth premium microphone, preamps, guitar input, FX monitor output. Definitely, this is my first 12 channel mixer. I have a little bit of high expectations. My decision of going through in this one is I don't need any extra cable to connect my phone, just in case I play my DJ on the back end and I don't want to hook up my phone. Bluetooth is very handy. My Pile, the mixer that I compared it with my Allen and Heath, has a Bluetooth. I don't need to deal with any wires. Any extra wires is a compliment these days, but we'll see if this will cut it out. And most importantly, XLR output. This thing's right here gives you extra 6 dB. What that means is if you use a subwoofer or a PA speakers, it will give you an extra gain, meaning you get a little bit overhead, extra volume for your speakers. And it's been 3 weeks, so I do have a feedback on, I think, what's its strength and weaknesses. Mainly, I've been using the mixer on videoke night in some DJing. Same thing with the Allen and Heath that we reviewed. Same workflow, but I think I can give you a much more realistic approach if you're a hobbyist. Mind you, we're not using the mixer for paid gigs. We're using it for personal usage, which is hobby, weekend karaoke nights, and most importantly, utilizing all of the speakers that I have already invested with, including the subwoofers, maximizing or optimizing those sound quality, taking all of those, you know, power, so what we called. So quick feedback, guys, I've been using the Harbinger mixer for live streaming, which did really a good job. I didn't hear any hiss. I used OBS and tethered it with Facebook and other social platform. It was clean, it was clean. I didn't use the microphone in this one. I used the preamps and the mixer built in to my Rain 1, which has a mic input in here. That way I didn't want to any problems. But the output, as you can see right here, guys, it's a 1/4 inch directly to channel 5. That is how I utilize it. I turned off all of the effects, and definitely it's clean. That's one thing I like about it. Go get a quality wire, XLR to 1/4 inch, depending on your output. What else? I would say on speaking, there's still hiss. I believe you cannot totally eliminate that. I think that's what I'm learning now on live mixing. there is that shh noise. However, you can utilize and you have to take your time. That's what I would advise on newcomers. Take your time on finding the correct settings, because it does have that clean output if you are mindful of your surroundings, such as the electrical outlet. You have to be careful about it, because depending on what type of wires are you using, and we're dealing with audio, depending on the wire shielding, PVC with some cloth in it, is it gold tip and all that stuff, it affects it. It absorbs noise coming from those electrical outlets. So you would be mindful on where you place your mixers. I did use a different types of wire. For example, for the subwoofers, let me show you real quick. This is the Alto TX212S. I use a different type of output cables, input going to the output of the Harbinger, and the lower quality XLR cable was totally garbage. It is garbage. Use a good one. I have been using Cable Matters. You can get it in Amazon for around $19, $20 for 2 pieces with around, I think this is 10 foot. So it's really good quality versus the cheaper ones. Of course, the higher quality, the more pricier it goes. But other than that, it yielded a cleaner output on my usage. One more thing I would like to point out in this one is that there is Bluetooth in it. You can see pairing it with your phone as a backup thing. If you go to the bathroom or anything, it accepts it. It's clean. You gotta take it into an account that you're playing it via Bluetooth. So the quality of the sounds, if you're using iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, or whatever you use, it's there. It's MP3 that has already been filtered. So it's like the broadcast quality. It's not the highest quality, but it is acceptable. It is usable, and this did the trick. This did the trick. And one more thing, I don't think I'm going back to the 2 mic channel which I had on my Pile Pro. This really does spoil me, man. 1, 2, 3, 4 XLR output. Then you have a 1/4 inch, which is 5, 6, 7, and there's a lot more on the top. There's enough. There's enough. If you're gonna run an event, you can run tethered a 2 XLR for yourself. Maybe for the floor, you can tether a wireless thing here. You can get the Gemini or Shure, whatever you want. There is a lot. Effects here are amazing. I would say it's not the top quality effects. For some instances, the most usable effects here for me is number 14, which is what they call DLY reverb. Other than that, there's a lot to pick, which is around 16 DSP channels in effects that you can pick. But I like number 14, which is that DLY, which I think it's dry, or I don't know. It's a reverb for speaking or karaoke. And then number 1 for no effects at all. So that's what I like about this. Now, what I do not like about it is that it's somewhat noisy. You got to be careful on the effects and the gain of it. And also this line right down here, when you mix, it picks up, it's very sensitive. You have to really take your time and mix it accordingly, because you're dealing with live events and it can pick up a lot of unnecessary reverb, echoes, and then it's gonna get feedback depending on your mic placement and your speakers. It will pick it up like really quick, no matter what type of dynamic mics you use. This is my mic, so you can see that my speakers are going in that end and the mics are going on this end facing the other side, and yep, it still picks up. However, if you play a little bit in it, then the mixer does a pretty good job. Now, for the price itself, guys, final thoughts. I paid $159 or $169. Harbinger, I'm not a brand snub. Let's give it an account. I use a Behringer PK112 passive, PK1128 active. They're amazing. If you're not getting paid for gigs, if you're using it for personal usage, for your basement, for your home parties in the backyard, along with the Alto TX212S, I haven't reviewed this one yet. Man, these things are amazing. On taking into account where you put all the speakers on a small space, untreated, there's no need for you to get an expensive one. It's up to you if you're in limited budget. But for me, this is an amazing deal. You can get it in Guitar Center, maybe much cheaper on a sale or a special day or holiday. But other than that, this is going to be a keep. I still got my Pile Pro and I'm keeping that thing forever as a backup. But I am happy to report that I think I have found my 12-channel mixer with Bluetooth. No need for extra wires. For the price of it, I would say it's worth it. It's worth it. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, shoot in the comments and we'll be good to go. But peace out.
It sound right, boy.